Hello everyone, welcome to this course. In this course, we will talk about JavaScript. For you as a beginner and me, we will learn JS together for real world. It means for real practical doing projects. We will talk about it fast, practical, and we will not go to have many descriptions and unnecessary things. We are just going to go to learn things that we know we should have them, and it's necessary for a programmer. So let's start. What is JS and why JS? Okay, this is the only description, I promise. JavaScript is the lightweight interpreted compiled programming language with the first class functions. What it means even. So simply, JavaScript is a lightweight. This is very obvious. And interpreted, it means it's not some kind of program that needs to compile. It may, in somewhere, we will discuss in the later, but interpreted means codes will interpret or translate line by line, and your browser or environment will run that line by line. So, and JS, for a long time, we used JS for doing something to the browser. I mean, showing something or manipulating HTML or something else. But these days, with Node.js, Dino, and some other environments, we can use JavaScript in server, in your desktop, and everywhere, practically everywhere. And we will talk about that too, but our concentration is about two applications from frontend and use of JS in frontend. We will talk about NPM and Node.js too, because we need them later, but for now, we are just concentrating on JS in frontend development. And let's set up a project, a very simple project, to we can describe our ideas and our codes in that project. Let's start there. Okay, for programming in JavaScript or any other language, we need an editor or an IDE. I propose VS Code for better coding, and it can help you with your codings. So we will install that, and as you know, I googled VS Code, and I'm going to the site, and as you know, in this address you can download VS Code and install it in your system based on your OS. They offer you the right version of these, and you will download it and install it, and then you have VS Code on your machine, and we will run it. And after opening the VS Code, you will see this window, and we will have a click to extensions and search here live server and install that plugin. I have installed, so I don't need to install. You click here to install that, and it will restart your VS Code, and after that you will have it on your IDE. And okay, then after that you should click on file and click on open folder, and simply somewhere in your machine have a new folder and name whatever you want, and open that folder in VS Code. Simply add one file to that named index.html. We need this file for loading JS into it, and in that index.html just enter exclamation mark, and as you see, enter, and VS Code will do a boilerplate for HTML for you, and we need to add another file named script.js. We will do our work here. And to adding that file to our project, we need to write a script file with a source of script.js. If you didn't know what we did here, we just added address of our JS file to index.html. So simply when we start this HTML file in browser, it will load our script, and as you see, when I have a control or command click, we will go to the index.js file. And as you saw before, we installed live server, and when you have installed that, its button appears here, and you can click on that, and after clicking it, it will initiate a server in your machine and open this file, this HTML file in your machine, and as you're changing it, it will run that changes in your server. So it's very useful because you don't even know, you don't even have to reload every time you changed on a file. It will watch that and run it again and again when you're saving a file in your machine. I just here we have index files and we loaded JS file in that. So when I run here, it appears here. For test, I just initiated a function, or somehow I would say called a function named alert. This function just alerted something to the user. We don't use it so much because it's bothering users, but it's a good thing for test. So I said alert user this text, and it did that. So let's go for the next. So as you saw, we did set up our project, and we can have play with JavaScript features in that playground. And let's